Gather round, kiddies. I have a blood-soaked favorite 5 list full of thrills and chills, violently pulled from the crypt.
Just for you.
The first entry on this list is actually the episode that started the whole series. Most would say it's fine, nothing special, just fine. They fault the episode for not properly portraying this iconic thing that the show became. I can see that, it's factually accurate. But iconic is a status earned in time. Things evolve. Even television shows. And in The Man Who Was Death, I see the spark of what the show became. The episode's about an executioner who just can't move on when the death penalty is abolished. It's crafted with fourth wall breaking, black humor that gives insight into the mindset of the character, who is played by William Sadler. Someone I think is a great character actor that never really got the respect he deserves. I've never seen that guy be anything but excellent. From his role of Death in Bill and Ted's, to Colonel Stewart in Die Hard 2, to the role of Sloane in Deep Space Nine. William Sadler elevated that first episode of Tales from the Crypt all those years ago. And even now, decades later, he's still a spectacular talent. If you dig scary movies, and I would think you do, check out VFW. It's a fairly new horror movie in which Sadler gives a wonderful performance, just like he did all those years ago in The Man Who Was Death. The new arrival crosses the stream, so to speak. It successfully combines spooky kid, haunted house, and creepy parent tropes. It's a story of an arrogant and snobbish child psychologist who learns that his radio show is on the verge of cancellation. In an attempt to boost sagging ratings, he decides to do a series of episodes from the home of one of his regular callers, Nora, a strange woman who wants help for her deeply disturbed daughter, Felicity. This is the perfect episode for people who are filled with hubris, but just can't see it. I have pranked, and I have been pranked, just short of the extent in Abracadaver.
Based around a sibling rivalry.
A subject near and dear to my black, vengeful heart. The episode without any real gore somehow makes it difficult to keep your eyes on the screen, which is wild. Once the villain of the episode gets what's coming to him, the camera actually gets fixed to his point of view, for about the last 15 minutes or so.
And what happens to him is fucked.
Deserved.
But fucked.
Lance Henriksen and Kevin Tighe give a masterclass of character acting in this episode. They play Reno and Sam, two gamblers who share a history of both winning and losing to each other, which has resulted in a bitter rivalry. After a chance meeting one night, they decide to settle the score once and for all. With a game of chop poker, which is something you have to see to believe. High on dark comedy and low on scares, Cutting Cards has become an instant classic. It's on everyone's favorite 5 list, favorite 10 list, favorite 20 list. It's everyone loves it. It's great. This is the one that vividly haunted me so much that it turned my stomach for years, just thinking about it. There's this funeral director who thoroughly disrespects his deceased clients.
And how he treats the living is somehow worse.
The scumbag cripples his own nephew after an honest mistake, and then frustrated with the hospital bills, he kills the poor kid. In fitting punishment, the acting is on par with any iconic episode from this series. While the practical effects are minimal, they are superbly pulled off. Listen, I've never claimed to be an expert on movie scores or television scores,
but this one is so rad.
In the scene where Uncle Ezra gets his comeuppance, the Bible is quoted, and a perfectly timed organ begins to play. It's beautiful. All these things combined to make this a gem of an episode, more than deserving of the top spot on my list. I hope you enjoyed this favorite 5 list.
I dug deep for it.
Because I believe of all the horror released in the 90s, Tales from the Crypt was head and shoulders above the rest.
Despite being 6 feet deep.